Have you ever wondered why fruit trees demand so much space and attention, yet often reward you with only a short harvest each year? Gardeners spend countless hours watering, pruning, fertilizing, and caring for them, only to enjoy fresh fruit for a relatively limited period. Yet some of the most productive edible plants in the garden don't grow into towering trees at all. Instead, they grow as compact fruit bushes. These space-saving plants are remarkably efficient, require less maintenance than many fruit trees, and can produce impressive harvest from surprisingly small areas. Some bear fruit continuously throughout the season, others produce for several months, and many begin yielding much sooner than traditional orchard trees. Whether you're gardening in a small backyard, growing food in raised beds, using containers, or simply trying to harvest more from every square foot, these compact fruit bushes can completely change the way you think about food production. In today's video, we'll introduce 8 incredible fruit bushes that often outperform much larger fruit trees in terms of productivity. Despite their modest size, these plants can deliver generous harvests while taking up only a fraction of the growing space. 1. Raspberries. Although raspberries produce delicate-looking fruit, they are among the highest-yielding crops a home gardener can grow. Very few fruit plants produce as much food in such a limited area. Instead of forming thick, woody trunks like fruit trees, raspberries grow from slender canes that emerge directly from underground roots. Each cane is capable of producing dozens of berries, allowing even a small raspberry patch to generate an impressive amount of fruit. Once established, raspberry plants become reliable producers year after year. Many gardeners quickly discover that a healthy planting often yields more berries than a family can eat fresh during the season. Their exceptional productivity comes from a unique growing cycle. Fresh canes emerge from the root system every year and spend their first season developing strength. During their second year, those canes bloom and produce fruit before naturally dying back. Fortunately, new replacement canes are already growing at the same time, creating a continuous cycle that keeps the patch productive without the long waiting periods associated with fruit trees. Many newer raspberry varieties are classified as everbearing, allowing gardeners to harvest fruit twice each year, once in early summer and again later in the season. This greatly extends the harvest, providing fresh berries over several months instead of only a brief period. Even traditional summer-bearing varieties can produce remarkably heavy crops. During peak season, it's common to harvest fresh raspberries every day. Raspberries also expand naturally over time. Underground runners continually send up new shoots, allowing the planting to spread and become even more productive without purchasing additional plants. Because the canes are tall and flexible, most gardeners support them with trellises or wires. This keeps the plants upright, improves air circulation, reduces disease problems, and makes harvesting far easier. With full sun, fertile, well-drained soil, and occasional pruning to remove old canes, raspberry plants continue producing generous harvests year after year. The reward is an abundance of sweet, juicy berries packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and natural flavor. Few edible plants combine beauty, reliability, and productivity as successfully as raspberries. Even a relatively small planting can provide baskets of fruit throughout much of the growing season. When productivity is measured by the amount of fruit produced in a limited space, raspberries frequently match or even outperform much larger fruit trees, making them one of the smartest choices for any productive garden. 2. Blackberries. Blackberries are another exceptionally productive fruit crop that combines the advantages of a shrub with the space-saving habit of a climbing plant. This growth pattern allows them to generate impressive harvests while requiring very little ground area. Although closely related to raspberries and produced on long arching canes, blackberry plants often develop larger berries and can produce even heavier yields under favorable conditions. A single mature blackberry plant is capable of supplying remarkable quantities of fruit during the growing season. When several plants are trained along a fence or trellis, they create an efficient fruit-producing wall that delivers fresh berries week after week. One reason for their remarkable productivity is their vertical growth habit. Rather than spreading across the ground, blackberry canes can be trained upward, making excellent use of available space. Growing vertically allows more sunlight to reach the fruit while improving air circulation throughout the plant. Better airflow helps reduce disease problems, and the organized framework makes harvesting quicker and more convenient. Older blackberry varieties were notorious for their sharp thorns, making harvesting difficult. Fortunately, many modern cultivars are completely thornless, offering the same generous harvest without the painful scratches. Like raspberries, blackberries follow a predictable renewal cycle. Each year, new canes focus on vegetative growth. During the following season, those same canes flower, produce fruit, and eventually die back while younger canes are already preparing to replace them. With routine pruning and basic maintenance, blackberry plants remain vigorous and productive for many years. Their berries are rich, juicy, and full of flavor, combining pleasant sweetness with just enough tartness. Fresh blackberries are delicious straight from the garden and are equally popular in pies, preserves, smoothies, desserts, and baked recipes. They also provide impressive nutritional value, supplying vitamin C, vitamin K, dietary fiber, and numerous antioxidant compounds. During the height of the season, blackberry plants often ripen fruit faster than gardeners can harvest it. Fresh berries may become ready almost every day. Because they combine high yields, excellent flavor, and efficient use of space, blackberries remain one of the finest fruit crops for home gardens. For gardeners trying to maximize production, a carefully maintained row of blackberries can easily rival or even exceed the harvest produced by much larger fruit trees. 3. Blueberries. Blueberries perfectly demonstrate that impressive harvests don't require massive plants. Although fruit trees often dominate the landscape, these compact bushes quietly produce generous crops year after year while occupying very little space. Most blueberry varieties grow only 3 to 5 feet tall, making them ideal for raised beds, small gardens, patios, and containers. Despite their compact size, mature bushes commonly produce several pounds of fruit each season. Planting multiple bushes together can result in surprisingly abundant harvests. One of the greatest advantages of blueberries is their prolonged harvest season. Instead of all the berries ripening at the same time, they mature gradually over several weeks. As some berries become ready for picking, others continue developing, providing a steady supply of fresh fruit throughout much of the summer instead of one large harvest. Blueberry bushes also reward gardeners much sooner than many fruit trees. While orchard trees may require years before producing worthwhile crops, blueberries often begin bearing fruit within 2 or 3 years, and sometimes even earlier when growing conditions are ideal. As the bushes mature and develop additional branches, their productivity continues to improve each season. Another remarkable benefit is their longevity. When properly cared for, blueberry bushes can remain productive for 20 years or even longer, making them one of the best long-term investments in an edible garden. Maintenance is relatively simple. Occasional pruning to remove older branches encourages vigorous new shoots, improves air circulation, and helps maintain strong production. The single most important requirement is acidic soil. Blueberries perform best when the soil pH remains between approximately 4.5 and 5.5. If the soil is too alkaline, nutrient absorption declines, reducing plant health and harvest size. Materials such as pine needles, peat moss, or fertilizers formulated for acid-loving plants can help maintain suitable growing conditions. Consistent watering is equally important because blueberry plants have shallow root systems that dry out quickly. Applying mulch around the base helps conserve moisture while regulating soil temperature. Planting several compatible varieties together often increases production even further. Cross-pollination typically results in larger berries, heavier harvests, and improved fruit quality. Beyond their productivity, blueberry bushes are attractive throughout every season. Spring brings delicate white blossoms, summer offers clusters of sweet blue fruit, and autumn finishes with brilliant shades of crimson, orange, and burgundy foliage. For gardeners seeking beautiful landscaping combined with exceptional food production, blueberries are among the finest choices available. A few compact bushes can easily produce harvests that compete with much larger fruit trees while requiring only a fraction of the growing space. 4. Gooseberries. Gooseberries are often overlooked in favor of raspberries or blueberries, yet they are among the most rewarding fruit bushes a gardener can grow. These compact shrubs produce generous harvests while taking up very little room, making them an excellent option for gardens of almost any size. A mature gooseberry bush usually reaches about 3 to 4 feet in both height and spread, naturally forming a dense, rounded shape. Their manageable size makes them perfect for borders, raised beds, or unused corners of the garden. Despite remaining relatively small, established bushes frequently become so heavily loaded with berries that their branches bend beneath the weight of the crop. One of the reasons gooseberries are so productive is their unusual fruiting pattern. Instead of producing berries only at the ends of the branches, they develop fruit along nearly every section of their stems. This means almost the entire plant contributes to the harvest, maximizing production from a surprisingly compact shrub. As a result, a single healthy gooseberry bush can provide several pounds of fruit during one growing season. Another feature that makes gooseberries especially valuable is their ability to tolerate partial shade. While many fruit crops demand full sunlight to perform well, gooseberries continue producing dependable harvests even in locations that receive only a few hours of direct sun each day. This makes them ideal for smaller gardens where sunlight may be limited. These hardy shrubs are also well known for their resilience. Many varieties easily survive harsh winters and return each spring with vigorous new shoots. Once established, gooseberries require relatively little attention compared to many larger fruit-producing plants. Routine pruning once a year is usually enough to keep the bushes healthy. Removing older or crowded branches improves air circulation, encourages fresh growth, and helps maintain consistent production year after year. The berries themselves vary widely depending on the cultivar. Some varieties produce small green fruits with a pleasantly tart taste that is perfect for pies, jams, preserves, and cooking. Others develop larger berries in shades of deep red, purple, or golden yellow that become sweet enough to enjoy fresh, straight from the bush. Another advantage is their extended harvest period. Because the fruit ripens gradually rather than all at once, gardeners can enjoy picking berries over several weeks. Earlier berries tend to have a brighter, tangier flavor, while those left to ripen fully become noticeably sweeter. Gooseberries are also extremely versatile in the kitchen. They can be turned into delicious jams, jellies, sauces, desserts, baked goods, and even savory dishes where their balance of sweetness and acidity adds wonderful flavor. In addition to producing generous harvests, gooseberry bushes also enhance the appearance of the garden. Their attractive green foliage and naturally compact growth blend beautifully with ornamental flowers, herbs, vegetables, and other edible shrubs. For gardeners searching for a dependable fruit crop that delivers impressive harvests without occupying much space, gooseberries are difficult to beat. Their combination of hardiness, compact size, and exceptional productivity proves that some of the best fruit plants in the garden are also among the smallest. 5. Currants. Currants may be modest in size, but they are among the highest-yielding berry bushes available for home gardens. Their ability to produce abundant crops from a relatively small area makes them an excellent choice for gardeners looking to maximize productivity without sacrificing valuable growing space. Most currant bushes mature at approximately 3 to 4 feet tall, forming compact, bushy plants that fit comfortably along garden paths, beside fences, within raised beds, or among vegetables and herbs. One of their most distinctive features is the way they produce fruit. Instead of growing berries individually, currants develop long, elegant clusters called strigs. Each cluster can contain dozens of closely packed berries, allowing even a small shrub to produce remarkably heavy harvests. As the plants mature, these hanging clusters become so numerous that they often cover much of the foliage, creating an impressive display of colorful fruit. Several different types of currants are available, each with its own unique qualities. Red currants produce bright, translucent berries with a refreshing tartness that makes them ideal for jams, jellies, sauces, desserts, and baking. Black currants are richer and more intensely flavored while being exceptionally high in vitamin C and antioxidants, making them popular for juices, syrups, and health products. White currants, closely related to the red varieties, produce pale golden berries that offer a sweeter and more delicate taste. One of the biggest advantages of currants is their adaptability. Unlike many fruiting plants that require long hours of direct sunlight, currants continue producing dependable harvests, even when grown in partial shade. They are particularly well suited to cooler climates, where they thrive with minimal difficulty. Many cultivars tolerate freezing winters extremely well and return each spring with vigorous new growth. Currants also establish themselves fairly quickly. Many bushes begin producing worthwhile harvests within just 2 or 3 years after planting, and their productivity continues to improve as they mature. Harvesting is quick and convenient because the berries grow together in clusters. Entire bunches can be picked in a single motion, making it easy to collect large amounts of fruit for fresh eating, freezing, preserving, or processing. Maintenance is equally straightforward. Light annual pruning helps maintain an open structure, allowing better airflow and sunlight penetration, while encouraging healthy new shoots and continued fruit production. Besides being highly productive, currants also add ornamental beauty to the landscape. Their delicate flowers appear in spring, followed by lush green foliage and colorful fruit that provides visual interest throughout much of the growing season. For gardeners looking for a reliable berry crop that combines compact growth with consistently generous harvests, currants are an outstanding option. A handful of bushes can produce remarkable quantities of fruit while occupying very little space, proving once again that the most productive plants are not always the largest ones. 6. Honeyberries. Honeyberries, also called haskap berries, are still unfamiliar to many home gardeners, but they are quickly earning a reputation as one of the most dependable and high-yielding berry shrubs you can grow. These compact bushes generally reach between 3 and 5 feet in height, developing a dense, rounded shape that fits perfectly into small gardens, raised beds, or backyard orchards. Although they remain relatively small, mature plants are capable of producing remarkably abundant crops. The fruit is unlike that of most other berries. Honeyberries develop elongated blue fruits that resemble stretched blueberries, and their flavor is often described as a delicious blend of blueberry, raspberry, and blackberry. The berries offer a pleasant balance of sweetness, with just enough tanginess to make them especially refreshing. Perhaps their greatest advantage is how early they produce fruit. In many regions, honeyberries are among the very first edible fruits to ripen each spring. Their harvest often begins several weeks before strawberries, cherries, or blueberries are ready. In cooler climates, gardeners may be picking ripe honeyberries, while many other fruit plants are only beginning to bloom. Because of this exceptionally early harvest, honeyberries extend the growing season and provide fresh fruit long before most other berry crops become available. Another reason these plants have become increasingly popular is their outstanding cold tolerance. Native to areas with long, harsh winters, honeyberries are capable of surviving temperatures that would severely damage many other fruit-producing shrubs. For gardeners living in northern climates, this exceptional hardiness makes honeyberries one of the most dependable berry crops available. Despite their ability to withstand extreme cold, they are surprisingly easy to cultivate. When planted in well-drained soil with moderate sunlight, honeyberries establish quickly and require very little maintenance throughout the year. Like many berry-producing shrubs, they perform best when more than one compatible variety is grown together. Cross-pollination improves fruit production and often results in heavier crops with larger berries. As the bushes mature, even a small planting can provide generous harvests of nutrient-rich fruit every spring. Their blossoms also benefit the surrounding environment. Since they flower very early in the season, they provide an important food source for bees and other beneficial pollinators emerging after winter, helping strengthen the garden ecosystem. For gardeners looking for a unique berry that combines early harvests, excellent productivity, outstanding cold hardiness, and delicious flavor, honeyberries are an exceptional choice. Few compact fruit bushes offer such an impressive combination of resilience and performance. 7. Goji berries. Goji berries have earned worldwide recognition as a nutritional superfood, but their appeal extends far beyond their impressive health benefits. They are also vigorous, reliable plants capable of producing large harvests under a wide variety of growing conditions. Most goji bushes mature between 4 and 6 feet tall, producing long, graceful branches that naturally arch outward. These flexible stems can be supported on trellises or allowed to grow freely, making the plants equally attractive in edible landscapes and highly productive gardens. One of the most remarkable characteristics of goji plants is the sheer quantity of berries they produce. Instead of delivering one short harvest, they continuously develop hundreds of bright red fruits that ripen gradually throughout the season. This extended ripening period allows gardeners to harvest fresh berries repeatedly from late summer well into autumn. Rather than collecting the entire crop at once, ripe berries can be picked every few days as they continue to mature. Goji plants are also impressively resilient. Once established, they tolerate drought far better than many other fruit crops, and continue growing successfully even in soils that are less than ideal. Their maintenance requirements are minimal. Occasional light pruning helps shape the shrub, stimulates vigorous new shoots, and keeps the plant productive without demanding significant effort from the gardener. Although individual berries are relatively small, they contain an impressive concentration of nutrients. Goji berries are especially valued for their antioxidants, vitamins, and other beneficial plant compounds that have contributed to their reputation as a health-supporting food. Their flavor is pleasantly mild, combining gentle sweetness with a slight tang. This makes them extremely versatile in the kitchen. They can be eaten fresh, dried for storage, blended into smoothies, brewed into teas, added to breakfast cereals or trail mixes, and incorporated into countless recipes. They have also become a popular ingredient in traditional herbal preparations and wellness products. Beyond their fruit production, goji bushes also contribute to a healthy garden by producing delicate purple blossoms that attract bees and other beneficial pollinating insects throughout the flowering season. For gardeners searching for an easy-to-grow shrub that combines excellent nutrition with reliable harvests, goji berries are an outstanding addition. Even one mature plant can supply hundreds of berries over the course of a single growing season. 8. Elderberries. Elderberries are a perfect example of how a relatively compact shrub can produce an astonishing amount of fruit. Despite their manageable size, these vigorous plants are capable of delivering harvests that rival or even surpass those of much larger fruit trees. Fast-growing and highly productive, elderberry bushes develop enormous clusters of berries that often become so heavy as they ripen that the branches naturally arch downward beneath their weight. A mature shrub can produce several pounds of fruit each year, making elderberries one of the most rewarding berry crops for gardeners interested in maximizing food production within a limited space. Their usefulness extends well beyond fresh harvests. Elderberries are commonly transformed into syrups, jams, jellies, juices, wines, and a variety of traditional herbal preparations, making them one of the most versatile fruits that can be grown at home. Another reason for their popularity is their remarkable adaptability. Elderberry bushes grow successfully across a wide range of climates and soil conditions, allowing gardeners in many different regions to cultivate them with confidence. Although these shrubs naturally grow vigorously, occasional pruning easily keeps them compact while encouraging healthy new growth and maintaining consistently high yields year after year. Their combination of rapid growth, dependable production, and adaptability makes elderberries equally valuable in small backyard gardens and larger edible landscapes. For anyone hoping to harvest as much fruit as possible from a limited area, elderberries deserve serious consideration. Their abundant crops, manageable size, and remarkable versatility clearly demonstrate that some of the most productive food-producing plants are not towering fruit trees but hard-working berry shrubs.